Hello students, how are you? You are studying properly each and every topic which I have explained to you. Now student, we are continue with our first chapter. Now I'm going to explain you all the tribes that came to India. All the tribes are found in India that I'm going to explain you. Each and every tribe that came to India and settled in India, I'm going to explain you. So pay attention students. India, land and people. Primitive man came into existence in Eastern South Africa. Primitive means old, ancient. Man came into existence in Eastern South Africa. In the previous video, I have explained to you students many tribes of the different corners of the world mesmerized by varied and prosperous heritage of India. Mesmerized means attracted by varied and prosperous. Varied means different and prosperous means samruddha, rich heritage of India and came to India. Remains of all the tribes are found in India. Students, Dravidians were considered to be the most ancient people of India, ancient type of India. But modern researcher of linguistic means language science, linguistic, anthropology that studies human being, human science have proved that even before the Dravidians, 6 more tribes came and settled in India. Let's explore more about them. So students, first this all the tribes you have to learn for 2 marks and also for your section A. Negritude. It's also called Hapsi people. Historians believe that Negrite or Negroes are the most ancient inhabitant of India. Too old, ancient inhabitant of India, and they came from Africa via Balochistan to India. The physical features are, the characteristics are they were black, having height of 4 to 5 feet and curly hair. As they came from Africa, via Balochistan to India, black complexion, 4 to 5 feet height and curly hair. They were also called as Hapsi people. That you have to remember students. Okay. Now Australoid. Australoids are also called as Nishad people. People of this tribe came from Southeast Asia. That you have to remember, Southeast Asia. Now their physical features: black skin with broad head. They were having flat nose and short in height. The Aryan who came later on India called them Nishad. The Aryan who came later on to India called them Nishad. The origin of the tribes like Kol and Munda, Khasi, and tribes of Assam, tribes of Nicobar Island, and Myanmar country have similarities to the Australoids. The tribes which are living in the name of the tribes Kol, Munda, Khasi, tribes of Assam, and tribes of Nicobar and Myanmar. All the tribes have similarities to the Australoids. Australoids' contribution in the Indian culture and civilization is immense, great, more. Their contribution in the development of Indian culture and civilization is immense, more. They made clay utensils. Students, Australoid made clay utensils. They wore cotton cloth, knew many other skills. They had great religious belief also. Now, Dravidians. Students, you have to learn it properly. In the textual exercise, question number 1, give details of Aryan and Dravidian race. For 2 marks, you have to study, students. So, pay attention over here. Dravidians were considered to be the creator of Sindhu Valley civilization of Mohenjo-daro and the direct descendant of the stone culture. Sindhu Valley civilization, Indus Valley civilization of Mohenjo-daro, the creator of Mohenjo-daro and direct descendant means one church of the Stone Age. The tribes which came from the north survived with their language and cultural features. Later on, they were only called as Dravidians. They came from the north and they survived with their language and cultural features. They were called as Dravidians. Dravidians only gave the concept of mother as goddess and father as god. Thought of Parvati and Shiva as mother and father developed due to the Dravidians. Our Devi Devta. Tradition of worshipping nature is a gift of the Dravidians. The tradition of worshipping with the Dhup, Deep and Aarti are considered to be the gift of the Dravidians. The Dravidians who taught us to worship the nature and worshipping with Dhup, Deep, Aarti. Dhup, Agarbatti, Deep, Diya and Aarti. Dravidians taught us. Besides nature, animal worshipping were their great features. Original deities of Dravidians have been accepted by Aryans also, were re-established by them as god of culture with the pace of time. Aryan also accepted all the deities of the Dravidians. Under the tremendous influence of the north, Aryan culture was deeply internalized by the Dravidians. So intercaste marriage took place. Dravidians had matriarchal system of family when the women's dominance is more. Dravidians progress a lot in different crafts and art, like building a boat, raft, weaving, spinning, dyeing. Due to the dominance of Aryans in the northern side, Dravidians shifted to the South India and settled there. As a result, people speaking Dravidian family languages Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam. So, Dravidians were considered to be the original or creator of Sindhu Valley civilization. They have gifted us with worshipping with the Dhoop, Deep, and Aarti. Nature, animal worshipping are their great features. Original deities of Dravidians also accepted by Aryans. Clear? So, tremendous of influence of North Aryan culture deeply internalized by these Dravidians. So, intercaste marriage took place. And they also have the skills of building boat, raft, weaving, spinning, and dyeing of the clothes. So Aryan dominance was more at that time at the north, so Dravidian shifted to the South India. And students, you have to know this, that Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam language is a Dravidian family languages. In the last slides, we have studied that the original deities of Dravidians have been accepted by Aryans, were re-established by them as a god of culture with a pace of time. Deities means Dev. Now I am going to teach you other tribes that came to India and settled in India. Mongoloid, Alpine, Danrik, Armenoid tribes were also there. Now Mongoloid. You have to learn this tribe for 2 marks, students. They came from North China. You have to remember this. They came from North China via Tibet and settled down at North Assam, Sikkim, Bhutan, West Bengal. And they gradually Indianized themselves and settled in India. So you have to remember they came from North China via Tibet, settled down at North Assam, Sikkim, Bhutan and West Bengal. Mongoloids physical features: yellow complexion, flat face, chubby cheeks and almond-shaped eyes, badam, almond-shaped eyes. Due to their yellow complexion, Mongoloids were known as Kirat. That you have to remember for section A. Mongoloids were known as Kirat due to their yellow complexion. So they came from North China. They settled down at North Assam, Sikkim, Bhutan and West Bengal. Their physical features: yellow complexion, flat face, chubby cheeks, almond-shaped eyes. Alpine, Danrik and Armenoid. These people migrated from Central Asia, students. And these 3 tribes have similarities. And these tribes are found in Gujarat, Saurashtra, Maharashtra, Bengal and Odisha. Now students, Aryans. I am going to teach you Aryans. Students, you have to learn it thoroughly. In your textual exercise, question number 1, in that the first one, give details of Aryan and Dravidian race. So you have to learn each tribe separately. This will ask for 2 marks, students. Now Aryans. The Nordic Aryans were the creators of Aryan civilization in India. Hindus were called Aryans in the ancient period of time, students. That you have to remember. Hindus were called Aryans in the ancient period of time. The area where they have densely populated was called Aryavrat, that I have taught you earlier. As the 7 rivers were flowing, were flowing over there, and that region was named as Sapta Sindhu, amalgamation of 7 rivers. That's why that region was named as Sapta Sindhu. Where the Aryan densely populated, that place was called Aryavrat. In the ancient period of time, the first Aryan population concentrated in the northwestern side. The area of Aryavrat extended up to Mithila, Bihar in the east, and in the south it spread up to Vindhyachal. Aryavrat from north, Mithila in the east till the south it spread up. Students, Aryans were more advanced people than any other contemporary tribes. This vast land was recognized with a various name. As I taught you earlier, Bharat Bhumi, Bharat Khand and Bharatvarsh, after the name of the king Aryabhat and Bharatkul tribe. Okay, fine. Aryans were the nature lovers. They loved and worshipped the trees, rivers, mountains, sun, wind and rain. They had composed the hymns, means shloks, for praying to the various natural elements. They have accepted the deities of the Dravidians. In due course of time, some religious ceremonies like recitation of Ved, performing yagna, other activities become prevalent in India. After some course of time, the recitation of Ved, then yagna and other activities became prevalent in India. There was a fine amalgamation, means mixture of those tribes with a specific style of living. Harmonious culture was formed that made India's glorious and prosperous heritage. Amalgamation means mixture of specific style of the tribes having harmonious culture make Indian heritage glorious and prosperous. These foreign and Indian tribes amalgamated, mixed up in such a way over a long period of time, they lost their individual identity. Foreign tribe and Indian tribe mixed in such a way they lost their individual identity through intercaste marriages. Outsiders and local people were greatly influenced by the language, scripts, name, and religious beliefs, and played a most important role, a vital role, Indianizing these foreigners. Means they became Indian, they Indianized themselves. Since ancient period of time, composite culture have been created in India. They all become Indians now. In short, ancient India is amalgamation, means mixture of various culture and reach, make our culture prosperous by making it variegated and prosperous. Says amalgamation of the tribes make Indian heritage glorious and prosperous. So how different foreign tribes are Indianized, that you have to study from this paragraph. India is having glorious and prosperous heritage. So students, it is necessary to preserve and conserve our heritage. In your textual exercise, question number 2, in that the first one, explain our constitutional duties for preservation and conservation of the heritage. This is an important question. So you have to prepare it, students, for 2 marks. Preservation and conservation of heritage. Indian heritage glorious heritage, prosperous heritage, eye-catching, attractive, picturesque. This heritage brought the glory of the nation. We are feeling proud. India attained a leading position. India attained leading position in the world by keeping its rich heritage protected and preserved. So it is our duty to conserve and protect our heritage. Primary and pious duty of the citizens, important duty of the citizens to see nobody should harm the ancient memorials and preserve the places having historical importance and the values. So in our constitution, the fundamental duties of Indian citizens are mentioned in the Article 51A. In the textbook it is wrongly printed. It is not Article 51A. Students, correct it, Article 51C. Article 51C. 6, 7 and 9 describe the following duties for the preservation of cultural heritage. They are given below. These 3 points you have to learn properly, students. Article 51C. Once again I am repeating, Article 51C. Our duties for preserving our cultural heritage. To understand the importance of our harmonious culture, prosperity, and to preserve it. Second, maintain the forest, tanks, rivers, ponds, and wild animals and birds, along with maintaining the natural environment, to show compassion for all the living creatures. For all the living creatures. Compassion, to show the compassion's love for all the living creatures. To protect the public property. The protection of public property and giving up the violence are also included in it. Protection of public property and giving up violence. That means, in short, we have to accept non-violence, not to kill anybody. I also accept it. It also included in it. So these 3 points you have to remember to understand the importance of our harmonious culture, prosperity, and to preserve it. Natural environment, forest, tanks, rivers, ponds, wild animals, birds, that we have to maintain it, and we have to show compassion, love for all the living creatures. We have to protect the public property, and we have to give up the violence. Now it is our moral duty to protect our natural and cultural heritage. Nature has generously donated abundant prosperity to India. India achieved invaluable opportunity in the fields of gradual development due to the India's peculiar natural structure. So students, you have to learn it, preservation, conservation of the heritage, for 2 marks. Now we are discussing textual question answers. So students, as I told you, you have to learn each and every tribe separately. Here given question number 1, give details of Aryan Dravidian race. This will ask for 2 marks. Explain the meaning of culture, give it details that I have already told you while explaining the chapter. Page number 1, meaning of culture, you have to give its detail. Then cultural heritage of Gujarat, that also I have told you on page number 3. Okay, cultural heritage of India, that for 2 marks you have to learn it. And just now I have taught you, explain our constitutional duties for preservation and conservation of heritage. Here 3 dotted points given to you. Instead of 51A, you have to write it down 51C. Okay, write about the cultural heritage of India on page number 3, cultural heritage of India, that you have to prepare for 2 marks. Then what is the other name by which the Aryans are called? So you have to write it down, Nishad. Aryas, the Aryan who came later on to India, called the Nishad. You have to write down Nishad. Write the short notes Negrito. I already suggest you learn each and every time for 2 marks. Which animals are shown on the our national currency? That lies answer on page number 2, last line. Page number 2, last line. Our national currency is highly valued by having figure of 4 lions, horse, elephant and bull. Then the word Lokmata is used for rivers. Find the correct pair. That the C1 Northern Dance Festival Modhera Mehsana. And which language does not belong to Dravidian language group? That Hindi. Students, write it down these all the textual question answers in your notebook and study everything. Okay, all the best.